Hey guys, so today is going to be a very busy day. So just to give you guys a heads up as to what I am planning on doing in terms of videos. So I'm going to be doing this breakdown video. Now the game is in game-wide maintenance, so I actually don't think we're going to be able to do a breakdown for the equipment before the game goes back up. But I still am going to be doing a breakdown video talking about the equipment. So the videos that I have planned for today, let's see if I can remember everything. So we have this video right now where we're going to be breaking down LF Jiren's Zenkai. We're going to be doing a breakdown video for the equipment separately. We're going to be doing a breakdown video just going over all the changes made during this update, because I do consider this to be a very big update. This is a, app update. It's pretty, I think it's like 4.32 or something like that. It's pretty big. So those three will be essentially going to be 2 breakdown videos and then 1 update overview video. Then we're going to be doing a showcase on Jiren Zenkai. Then we're going to be doing a showcase on Orange Pickle's equipment. And then we're going to be doing a showcase on the Boo Duo's equipment. So we have a lot coming today. Today's going to be very busy. Let's start by going over Jiren's Zenkai Awakening here. Now I have the initial character pulled up here in case we need to compare and see how things are changing. I don't anticipate this character to get a ton of new abilities. This is basically the same slot that we had for LS Super Saiyan 4 Goku last year. And one thing I want to mention is this character has access to a very, very powerful unique equipment that is specific to him, which is the same exact thing that happened with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku last year. There were people that when the Super Saiyan 4 Goku details dropped for his Zenkai Awakening, there were people that actually thought he was going to be like severely underwhelming. And it's like, I'm assuming not much is going to be different with this Jiren, but keep in mind, he has access to a very powerful, unique equipment. So that's something that we're going to have to remember here. So let's begin by going through what we have here. Of course, we're not going to be able to look at this in-game because the game is in maintenance. So main ability, randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the Ultimate Arts card, Burst Impact. Next, he gets 30% health and he gets 50 ki. Minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut effects to self for 15 counts. And then if enemy is inflicted with feint, 40% to ultimate damage inflicted for 15 counts. I believe everything sounds familiar here. That's the same, that's the same. Yeah, it looks like he gets, what, 20 more ki on this is the only thing that changes. Yeah, so he gets 50 ki now instead of 30, which is whatever, it's fine. Not that much of a change there. Okay, so the first unique ability is 20% to damage inflicted against Tag Saiyan. Is that the same? Yes, it is. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% damage inflicted, reduced damage received by 40%, which is also the same. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. He gets 50 ki. Did he always get 50 ki? That's a lot. Yeah, he did. Huh. Normally, we don't see that. At least in modern times, you don't see characters switch in and just instantly get 50 ki. Whenever we see this, I always think back to Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who has that too. 50% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, activates 4 times. Hopefully they just removed that 4 times. Oh no, sorry, hopefully that went up. No, it's still 4. Oh, it goes from 40 to 50%. First of all, I forgot he even has this limited to 4 times. Why is this not just permanent? Why is it just 4 times? Reduces damage received by 30% for 15 timer counts, activates 4 times. That's the same. I don't know why that's limited like that. Cancels attribute downgrades in normal conditions, and then restores health by 35% when 2 allies are defeated. Yeah, that's the same. So literally the only thing that changed here is this goes from 40% to 50% damage. Okay. Not much different. Applies the following effects to self when enemy activates Rising Rush. 40% damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, activates twice. 70% to ki recovery cannot be cancelled, activates twice. And then he gets card draw speed, cannot be cancelled, activates once. Restores health by 30%, only once when it reaches 0, so he gets endurance, of course. He shortens sub count by 5, activates once. And then applies buff effect, nullifies enemies' special actions that activate when changing cover for 30 counts. And then of course he has a special cover change against strikes, which you can combo with the blue card. And then he inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts costs for 10 timer counts when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. So I believe I believe they mentioned that this shortened sub count ability is new, but let me just make sure everything else is the same. So we have 40, 70, 30. So we got 40, we got 70, we got 30. Yep. So the only thing that's new is it looks like he now just reduces his sub count by 5 when the enemy rushes, which definitely is good because of course he gains endurance. Now in the face of like Ultra Vegeta Blue or Ultra Gogeta Blue, it's not really going to matter because his endurance is just going to get nullified. But for the other characters that exist, that's going to be pretty good. Everything else is the same though. Okay. So they really didn't change much about this character in terms of just the first 2 existing unique abilities. So let's go ahead and check out what the other abilities are going to be. So the new ones, we have Unyielding Absolute Might. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. There is a defeated battle member. 30% to the next strike arts damage inflicted and blast arts damage inflicted. Okay. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, minus 30% to health restoration and 30% to ki recovery, which is fine. Following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or a blast arts card. Randomly draws 1 new card. Shortens ally subcount by 1. And then when the character switches, it resets. I mean, randomly drawing a new card is good. Shortening ally subcount by 1 is also good, but it's only once. I don't know. That's not dependent upon having a dead ally, right? Yeah, I think this is independent of that. So this should just activate normally. I mean, so the thing with this Jiren is he doesn't get card draw speed unless you have been Rising Rushed. So this is going to act as like this Jiren's form of card draw speed, I guess. All right, the second unique ability here is the Ultimate Power of Ambition. Applies the following effects to self when changing cover. He draws a green card, activates twice, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. Okay, so this is actually another way you can get card draw speed is by cover changing. Following effects occur upon landing a strike or a blast arts hit if there are 2 defeated battle members. Restores own ki by 10. Inflicts all enemies that should downgrade, minus 15% health restoration, plus 15% of damage received, and then plus 30 strike and blasters cost for 10 counts. So this is gonna happen every time he lands a card, but this is only if he's the last man standing. That's what this is here. I mean, the fact that he can force draw 2 green cards here is nice. Even if you don't end up using the green card with him, just having like a way to reliably draw these is pretty good. Okay, so obviously this is not like some ridiculous upgrade for the unit, but again, I didn't expect him to get some like massive changes. All right, let's check out his other cards here. Just as a reminder, his strike has blast armor, and he actually does stack sustained damage cut penetration on the strike card effect. This is a very strong strike arts card effect here still. Then he also is getting 10 ki on his blast card, and then of course you guys know how strong his green card already is, but let's just see if they changed anything. So actually, well, I guess we're talking about his blue card first. So 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Additional 80% of special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts if enemy is inflicted with feint. Because I think that's the same. Oh, this goes from 70 to 80. So the enemy's fainted, you do an extra 10% more damage with this now. All right. And then the green card. So upon activation, he gets 50 ki. Is it always 50? 50 ki, 30% to blast damage inflicted. I don't know why this is not just all damage. 30% chance for next strike arts or blast arts to inflict enemy with feint on hit. Cannot be stacked, activates twice, and then gradually restores own health each timer count for 20 timer counts. This is 50, 30%, 30%, 20. 30%, 30%, 20. Yeah, I don't think there's a difference here. Honestly, this didn't really need to be different though. Like, this is already fine. And then destroys all enemy cards. And then comboable, yeah, okay. Looks like his Zenkai is for purple powerful opponent. I actually do like this. I think this is a better choice than if it was just for Universe Reps, because number 1, Universe Reps has just been played out at this point. And then number 2, I would rather Goku and Frieza not just continue to get ridiculous Zenkai buffs over and over and over again every time. So I'll take this. Powerful opponent, purple. This is honestly, in the long run, too, going to make this character a ridiculously powerful bench option as well. I mean, look at his Z ability. 38% to Universe, Survival Saga, Rival Universe, or Powerful Opponent, Blast Attack, and Strike Defense. And he's giving an extra 18% to Rival Universe, Blast Defense. So, like, you have a purple Powerful Opponent character in the leader slot. They're getting... Let me just see. So they're getting 78% to Blast Attack from this Jiren. They're getting 35% Strike Attack, 35% Strike Attack, 78% Blast Attack, and then they're getting so it's plus 38%, so it's going to be 73% to Strike Defense, and then 58% Blast Defense. It's just a ridiculous amount of stats from this Jiren. He's going to be a crazy good bench character. In terms of how he's actually going to perform, let me just quickly see this. So 90% damage here, 50% here, but again, I don't know why this is only 4 times. It's 50% damage. So that's 140% damage. Then he's getting 40% extra from when the enemy rising rushes. You guys got to remember, let me see if I can pull this up. I mean, again, on paper, it's not necessarily the most impressive set of abilities, but let's see if I can get this. Where is the Jiren equipment? It's probably right in front of me and I'm missing it. Right here. Okay, so is this the full thing? Sometimes I know this website kind of doesn't have the most accurate equipment info, so let me just go back to here and see if we can just confirm if that's accurate. So here's what the equipment looks like. Health restoration 20% and then 35% to both defenses. He gets 15% HP and then he gets another. So he's getting 70% to both defenses on this equip alone, and 20% health restoration and 15% base HP. And he's getting 25% to inflicted damage in slot 3, and then he's getting another 15% damage, and he's going to be healing by 30% when the enemy activates a Rising Rush. So this equipment alone is going to be giving him, assuming the enemy rushes, 40% inflicted damage, plus a ton of defense. So this is a super, super powerful equip for Jiren, on top of the increased stats he's going to get from the Zenkai, on top of the Zenkai buff, on top of him being purple and Powerful Opponent. He has access to a lot of Zenkai buffs. I actually think he's going to be pretty good. I think this character... People are going to look at the details here on paper, and they're not going to be able to accurately say how good he's going to be. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to be able to say exactly how good he's going to be either, but I think it's a mistake to underestimate this character here. I think he'll actually be pretty good. So let me know down below what you guys think of this Jiren's Zenkai Awakening. Again, we have a lot of videos coming out today. There's a lot to do. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you all in the next one.